So today, usually I don't come out with anything much to say. I just walk out the door, sit down and think, let's go and see what comes out my mouth. But today's different. I cannot help but share something that's weighing very heavily on my heart. And I want you to hear me clearly what I'm saying. There are laws being passed. You may say they're temporary, you may say they're not. We just don't know how long they're going to go on for. It's happening in America with California, and it's happened here in the UK. The government is laying very strict guidelines about how the church should operate. And so there's a new Bible coming into play, and it says this: do not neglect the meeting together unless the government says so. Break bread together. This is my body broken for you. Do this unless the government says so. Believe and be baptized unless the government says so. There's a new law being written on our hearts if we're not careful. Now, I am not saying right here what you should do, what you should think. I'm sharing my thoughts, and I have grave concerns at the minute. I have concerns that the church is being lulled into a place they shouldn't be lulled to. And by the church, I mean individuals. I'm not talking about the institution. I also think that we are in danger of being conditioned. Now, supposing for the minute that it's right that we shouldn't sing in church, supposing. Well, when the next law comes out, are we going to agree? The next law comes out, the next law comes out, the next law comes out. Where are you going to draw the line? When you're suddenly going to wake up and go, wait a minute, we obey God, not man. Where is that moment? And if we're being conditioned and deception is on the earth, as biblically it's told it will, how are we going to reach that place where we say no more? Now, you may say, well, we'll spread germs, we'll do this, that, and the other. Nobody is talking about not practicing social distance. Nobody is saying don't wear masks. Nobody is saying any of that thing. But what we have to do is go back and say we're going to obey God rather than man when they conflict. We obey authorities unless they conflict. And I wonder, when Jesus walked through the Sea of Galilee, if Herod or anybody had said, you know, you can't meet together, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have the Lord's Supper, you can't meet with your disciples, you're not to sing praises to me, would he have said, yes, sir? Or what would he have done? Now, you have to decide for yourselves. And I'm first of all talking about an attitude of heart, an awareness. If you understand the end times, you know where we're heading. But we don't want to head there without realizing we're going. Neither do we want to head there without having the opportunity to make clear decisions along the way. And if we can't make clear decisions now, where there is hardly any price to pay, what's going to happen when there is a price to pay and we're not being discerning? So this is weighing very, very heavily on my heart, very heavily on my heart. And I feel it's a part of the wake-up call that God has given us to do. And so it's a wake-up call. Now, that's the serious news, the good news. We're so excited, so excited. This Sunday, we are going to a place about an hour's drive away from us, and cars are going to drive in, and it's going to be in a shopping centre car park. There's going to be speakers, television's probably going to be there, and there's going to be high praise, and there's high worship is going to go out across this nation from there, and we're going. And I hope to live stream some of it, so watch out for that. So I do think it's time for the church to stand up and say no more. Are we going to give the devil foothold to run rampant in our nations? Or is we a church going to stand up and say, thus far and no more are you taking ground? God put authority over the church. He has his authority. He has apostles, prophets, pastors, teachers. He has put those people in place, evangelists. He didn't put the government over the church. That doesn't mean the church don't act with wisdom. No, 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 no. And I'm not talking about what I would call for crazy faith talk, like we all go without masks and we hug and we kiss and we do all that sort of stuff. I mean, the Bible does encourage us to, but I'm talking about take personal wisdom, whatever you like, wear masks, keep distance, but there is a line that we have got to say no more. So you may have some thoughts on this below. It's okay if you disagree with me. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. But let's get back to the Bible. You know, there's only one vision we have. Only one vision. And that's Jesus. He's our vision. And I do want to finish with this. He is our vision. Nothing except Jesus. Nothing except him. First thing in the morning in the garden, he's in my heart. Last thing at night, he's in my heart. His presence is what we seek, his uncompromised, unhindered presence. So I'll leave you with this. Had to be careful what I played because of copyright, but this is being played from Jerusalem. Let's finish this and let's set our sights on Jesus today, the author, the finisher of our faith, and the one who commands authority over his church and his people, no matter what the price, no matter whether it's popular, no matter what. It's time for us to stand up, and Jesus only. Love you.